Hi, it's Guy DiMartino. I'm a Northwest Indiana estate planning and probate lawyer. If you ever have any questions about Indiana estate plan and would like to discuss them, we can always set up an appointment at indianaestatemeeting.com. We can meet by phone, we can meet by video conference, or you can come in and we can sit down and discuss any questions or issues that you may have. I was recently meeting with a guy and he says, look, I'm the basic guy. I just want a basic estate plan, which leads to the question, what is a basic estate plan? When I say basic, I mean basic. If you come from New York and you go into a place and you say, I want regular coffee, they're going to give you coffee with cream and 2 sugars. That is regular coffee. But when you say something like basic estate plan, I mean, what are you actually saying? What are you actually needing? So let's go back and discuss the whole concept of estate planning. When you're looking at estate planning, you first have to ask, and you have to look at, what do you want to do with your stuff? What do you want to do with your assets while you're still alive and well and able to manage them? So how are you going to handle your stuff while you're alive and well and able to manage them? How are you going to handle your stuff? Or who is going to handle your stuff or your business or your assets when you're alive but you're unwell? You're disabled. Whether it's a physical disability that stops you from being able to handle your stuff, or whether it's a mental disability which stops you from handling your stuff. So we have, you're alive and well, you're alive but disabled, and the next step is, what are we going to do with your stuff when you die? And how are we going to disperse it out? Or are we going to keep it in a place and just have somebody disperse income to the people that you love? See, these are the things, this is the stuff that you really have to think about. So when we talk about things when you're alive, typically, if you have a trust and you put stuff into the trust, and the trust is a revocable trust, you can be the trustee and you can manage the stuff in the trust while you're alive. And while you're alive, there are some documents that you may need in order to give folks other powers to handle things for some reason if you couldn't, whether it is for a small amount of time or whether it's permanent. So some of the things that you might want to think about would be a power of attorney, a healthcare proxy, a healthcare power of attorney. Those things can help if you are disabled, whether permanently or temporarily. It can allow folks to act on your behalf and potentially help make some of your medical decisions. Other things really have to do once you pass away. So it's the distribution of your stuff when you die. You can do that by a will-based plan, where the will would tell the personal representative, I want my stuff to go to A, B, and C. You can also do it in that trust-based plan that you did prepare when you were living, whether it is a revocable trust or an irrevocable trust, because you are going to put down your wishes and your directions in the trust, and then the successor trustee after you pass away will either continue to keep the trust going, and the trust will be making income and the trustee will be distributing the income, or it may be your wish that after you die, if you are the last person standing for your nuclear family and you no longer have a spouse that's living, it might be when you die that you want the trustee to distribute all the stuff that you have to your beneficiaries. And if that's the case, you have to make a determination whether you want to distribute the stuff to your beneficiaries all at once, or whether you want to trickle the stuff out to your beneficiaries, or whether you want to put your stuff in a trust for the beneficiary that the beneficiary can't get out of because you're concerned about the beneficiary's spouse or creditors, or the beneficiary is just not good with money. So what is a basic estate plan? I can't tell you what a basic estate plan is. It might be just like ordering a regular coffee in New York. You have to understand what you want, what your goals are, and what your needs are. But if we want to talk about a basic estate plan, power of attorney, healthcare proxy, will. That might cover some of the issues. Or it could be power of attorney, healthcare proxy, a healthcare power of attorney, and a trust and a will, just to protect you if something didn't make it into the trust. If you want asset protection, then you have to look at a trust-based plan, and there has to be parts of the trust that are irrevocable, that you cannot get at in order to protect you from creditors or nursing homes or things along those lines. So there you have it. There is really no basic estate plan. It's what your desires are and what your needs are, and then we can go and formulate a plan to help support you in your life and in your death. If you have any questions about a Northwest Indiana estate planning matter, you can always give me a call. I am Guy DiMartino. Have yourself a great day.